everybody, just wrapped up workout number 1 of week 2 of month 2. So that would be week 6. A couple things right off the bat kind of had me bummed when I looked over this week. The primers change, which that's fine. A lot of these I'm familiar with, or they're pretty straightforward. But I should say more or less I'm familiar with. I've ran into them in other programs. Second thing, the triple doubles exercises all changed, which that's a little frustrating just because 6 exercises, if you're not familiar with them, or if it's been a while since you've done them, that can kind of be a pain, because last week you might have got the hang of them, got familiar with them, and then you come on to this week and they're all different. And some of them are new exercises I've never done before. And what really bummed me out is I started skimming month 2, looking at the 1B, 2B workouts, and it doesn't appear as though those triple doubles are back at all this month. Every triple double is new from what I could tell. So that bummed me out, because on top of it, that means you've got to take that much more time to prep for the workout ahead of time. Otherwise, you're spending more time down here watching the videos, getting familiar with the exercises before you do them. Iron will drills are different. Same format though, about 4 minutes, and he's going to give you a rep number to hit. And lastly, in this triple double today, the first triple focuses on the hamstrings and the glutes, and he has you doing banded exercises. I was taken back when I saw the banded leg curls. If you're familiar with Jeff, you know he is not a fan of the hamstring curl machine at the gym. Apparently he says the way that you lay on your stomach causes lower back pain, but that the way that he has you doing them, you're laying on the floor with your legs banded to something stable, that because you're laying flat on the floor, it's not supposed to bother your lower back. That wasn't the case for me. Like I could feel my back arching more than it should have, so I wasn't a big fan of those. And during this triple double, 10 minutes was not nearly as bad as some of the other ones I've done, because there's a lot of transition time getting your legs all wrapped up in this band. I think I had to test out my 2 different bands. I thought, you know, with hamstrings, you're going to need a thicker, heavier band, give you some more resistance, but there just wasn't enough leeway there, and hell, I pretty much got like stuck in it there in the beginning, just testing it out, because you got to wrap your foot around it a couple of times, and so a less thicker band is going to be necessary just because of how many times you're going to wrap it around your ankle, and you're going to need that leeway when you're going from your stomach and flipping over to your back. Morning everybody, getting ready to head out to the garage, hit up the air bike for a warm up before I tackle workout number 2 of week 6, so week 2 of month 2. And I want to put this at the beginning of the video to let you know, month 2 is invoking a lot of opinions and emotions, and not emotions, but definitely opinions from me. Looking at this schedule briefly, this week I noticed in today's triple double, and then another triple double later in the week, you tackle biceps. And I actually chose yesterday, I took a rest day. I mean, besides the fact that the youngest was home, but after that iron will drill of dumbbell no money curls at the end of week 1, my biceps were horrifically in pain, and I was biofreezing. I had the massage gun, and then when I was laying in bed at night watching TV, I was just just massaging them because they were that sore. Like even trying to go to bed, they were that painful. So that's one thing I want to bring up, that one commenter asked me to compare, I believe, this program and OSI, and he did end up calling Athlean-X's customer service and got a great response. I've heard multiple times they have great customer service. So if you are ever wanting more information or kind of a comparison between programs, they are willing to give you that information. But one thing that they did tell him, I'm sorry, I have gum. One thing that they did tell him, and I haven't brought this up, was both this program and OSI are training to failure. And this one, I think, has been even more intense in regards to the failure aspect with those iron will drills and those triple doubles. So that's something to keep in mind. Then on top of it, I was thinking about this last week, beginning of this week. This I feel like would be a hard program to follow for somebody who's just got a traditionally busy life. Like last week was much harder for me to accomplish that week because, like I said, we were still on break and the kids were still home. And mind you, I do not work. Yes, I'm a stay-at-home mom and my husband does travel a lot. But for somebody who has a full-time job, young kids, or just lots of things going on, this could almost be a little too much. This is a time-demanding program that is pretty darn intense. So that's definitely something to keep in mind. Now, back onto the biceps issue. So I looked last week, the triple doubles, 2 of them tackled triceps. And then at the end of the week, that bicep iron will drill came in and I was so sore. And today is supposed to be more biceps in the triple double. And I'm not gonna do that. Like, today is the first day they're feeling pretty good. So instead, I'm gonna sub back in 1 triple of triceps, because I just don't feel like destroying my biceps again, because they're feeling good almost entirely, no longer sore, but I'm not looking to repeat that today in regards to the soreness. So so as I said, month 2 is very in-depth. There's a lot of stuff that I'm still going back, making connections on. I think he has it set up where whatever your heavy lifts tackle, then you go and focus on hypertrophy and the other muscle groups. But as I said last week, as the month goes on, as I keep looking back, as I rewatched the walkthrough video, my understanding deepens and my ability to explain it gets a little bit better. So enough said, probably now time to get to work. So I made it with time to spare on this iron will drill. Leg ones I can do better than the upper bodies, but do not be fooled. 4 minutes goes a lot faster than you think in regards to getting your reps in. So on top of that, triple doubles. Be mindful that all those exercises, while you're using the same weight, the rep requirements increase as you go. So, and obviously the weight gets a little easier for the most part, but your muscles are fatiguing as you go. So there's strategy there in his madness. The other thing that I thought about while I was working out that I didn't mention pre-workout. The other reasoning I have behind the whole, this is a lot in a program. It's intense, time commitment. There's also a time commitment to prepping the workout. Unless you're going to plan on doing it while you're doing the workout, then you're increasing your time, because I have a chart. You have to list out your weights. You know, your working set weight, your touch-up weight, your aftershock, power restoration weight, and that will continue to change as you increase in strength and your weights go up. They're percentages, so you know, you got the calculator out, you're doing that. There's a lot of plate movement going on. Then you come into your triple doubles, and like I said, it's frustrating because it's not shouldn't say it's frustrating. It's nice to have all of these options and be introduced to all of these exercises. But if you haven't done them in a while, never done them, aren't familiar with them, now you're watching all these walkthrough videos to remind yourself of proper form, and that adds up. So beyond the workouts taking a little while, and some are going to be an hour, some are going to be 90 minutes. It all depends, you know, there's a span there. There's time commitment to just prepping for the workouts. So another thing to take into consideration. All right, that's workout number 2, lifting wise. Hey everybody, just finished up week 6 for myself. Technically, the actual schedule finished up yesterday with that pro preparation day. One note on those pro preparation days, the corrective stability core strength circuit, which is usually made up, I believe it was 5 exercises. That changes each week. Granted, there's only 3 of them because there isn't any in the last week of this month, but that changes every week. So I like that, and I would definitely come back to those circuits and substitute some of those in on Beast regeneration days, because I very much enjoyed Beast regeneration days. They're extremely beneficial, but if you've done that program before, in that 3-month span, 2 days a week are called regeneration days, where the cardio you have options to choose from, but there's 3 stability corrective circuits or exercises that create a circuit on those days, and they stay the same. So one day you have 3, and then the second regeneration day you have 3, but they're the same through the whole program, and it gets quite redundant by the end. I think I might have even started subbing in other stuff, skipping it. But for the pro preparation days in All American Muscle, it's a quick half-mile jog, cardio at the end. I choose to do other things. So there's kind of like, Beast does a great job of all sorts of cardio options for those regeneration days. All American Muscle keeps it pretty straightforward. That being said, All American Muscle also incorporates cardio into the program. Beast, that's the only cardio you'll get. I today, as I said, use sub in my own cardio as well as core. So today I did T25 from Shaun T, and again, really digging Jeff's YouTube core strengthening / fat burning workout. He put it out, I don't know how long ago now, but I'm finding I do that at least once a week. I enjoy it, but you'll see in true me fashion, I altered some of the moves, whereas instead of the I don't even remember what the name of it is, the first move where one leg drops and you're lifting your pelvis up, kind of like a heels to the heaven version. I hopped on the captain's chair, and then when he has you do the pendulum run, which is kind of like mountain climbers pendulum style, I took this move from core 4 and I do banded mountain climbers just for a little more lower core. So I believe that is about it. Here's the other thing I was just looking at, because obviously tomorrow starts week 3, and now we're on to those B workouts, 1B, 2B. The only thing I can see is your heavy lifts remain the same. Oh, here's what I've been doing wrong for first 2 weeks of month 2. This is what happens when you get lazy about watching and reading the walkthrough videos / instructional tidbits. Not your working weight, it might be your touch-up weight, I still have to look, but for sure, your aftershock weight percentage was supposed to increase with each week. I didn't do that this week, so I will do that next week. But it increases in general if your working weight goes up, but even when your working weight goes up by 5 pounds, if you accomplish those 3x5s, you're still supposed to up that aftershock weight even more percentage-wise. So I'll do that this coming week. Back onto the 1B, 2B, the Bs. The only thing that I can see in regards to now we're 1B, whereas 1A, it looks like we go back and do the same primers from 1A, and the iron will drill is the same from 1A, but the triple double is all new moves again that I have to revisit. So that wraps up week 2, halfway through month 2, and I will see you next week.